show up. So get your blunts rolled and your drink poured. Alright? Where y'all at? Tap in. Tap the fuck in. Y'all know how I'm coming. I'm coming with that real play every day. Y'all ready? Tap in. Tap the fuck in. Come on. Where y'all at? Tap in. Tap the fuck in. This one right here, this gonna be about how the big homie sent the little homie off. And they both wind up with a life sentence. I know the big homie, but I don't know the little homie. But it was all over some petty stuff. You know what I'm saying? And it didn't have to go there, but it did. Tap in. Tap the fuck in. These guys, they lost their life, man, for nothing. Especially if they knew what was going on out here in today's world, they definitely wouldn't have risked it. But back in that time frame, it seemed like the thing to do. But time will always tell you it ain't that at all. Tap in. Tap the fuck in. Man, listen. I've been knowing the big homie since I was like 6, 7 years old. No lie. You know. And he always been a snake ass nigga, you know. But I see that today is his birthday. And a lot of people posting him on social media, you know what I'm saying? So evidently he's still getting love, but I'm gonna tell what I gotta say about it. Tap in. Tap the fuck in. Alright, so here we go. Like I said, I've been knowing dude, his name Jay. I've been knowing Jay since we was youngins. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, when we first started forming our cliques and all of this shit, you know, he was around. You know what I'm saying? Him and his crew was the older guys above me and my generation. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I've been knowing Dog and everything. And he rolled with all my OGs. They was all the same people. You know what I'm saying? So he turned around and, you know, did some old funny ass shit with me one time. You know, he had got down on me one time. And, you know, I'm supposed to be the little homie. And he got down on me on some snake shit. We was kids. We was probably like, well, I probably was like 9, 10 years old. And he might have been like 13, you know what I'm saying, 14, maybe something like that, you know. And at the time, we was gaming real hard. And PlayStation 2 was the game console of that time. Everybody was on PlayStation 2s. With that being said, I ended up trading the game with him, and man, it was time for us to trade back. And the nigga lied to me and talking about he had broke the game and all of this shit. You know, trying to bring it to me. You know, instead of just being real, saying he wanted to keep the game a little longer or whatnot, he played me and act like he broke the damn game and all this shit. So his vice was I could keep the game that he gave me. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't want that game. I wanted my shit, you know? So basically, he had just got down on me, you know, for my game type shit. And you know, ever since then, I didn't fuck with Dog like that, you know? Because he was just snake as hell when we was young, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't have that type of love for him, you know what I'm saying? Because he played with me young, you know what I'm saying? And Hammer, I subscribe. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that button. So I can keep bringing y'all the heat. Because I got a lot to tell y'all. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I never fucked with Jay because he was a snake ever since we was young. You know what I'm saying? I did not like this nigga, you know. So I always kept my distance from him. I mean, we was cool, but I kept my distance. You know what I'm saying? Well, fast forward the tape, here it is, this like 2017, 2018, somewhere around that time. Now, mind you, was 20, if it was 20, we could just say it was 2018. So at that time, I'm like, what, 29, you know what I'm saying? he got to be like 32, 33 or something like that. You know, bro, why is you still out here in the streets? You know what I'm saying? So what happened is it was some youngins that moved into the hood, and he didn't like that. So his vice was to get one of the young homies involved and basically put a stop to these new niggas coming in the hood type shit. Now look, this is what I be talking about. You get older, you gotta outgrow the hood. You know what I'm saying? Like you get forced out the hood at some point. Even if you don't want to outgrow it, you get forced out of it. You get older, people move on, new people move in. You know what I'm saying? It's not your hood. You're not gonna have it forever. None of that. It's just what it was for that time. You know, well, our time came and went. You know what I'm saying? We 30 years old now. It's time for us to be gone. You know what I'm saying? It's the young kids over here now. So that's what it was. It was some new youngins that moved in. And the youngins, they 15, 16 youngins. And the big homie I'm talking about, Jay, he in his 30s. Going against these damn youngins. You know what I'm saying? So with him going against these youngins, he decided to pull one of the youngins from our side. Basically, one of the guys that grew up in the hood with us but was under us. The youngins up under us. So he went to one of them and got them involved in this shit. So now the youngins beefing with the new guys in the hood. So not only Jay, the older head beefing with him, he got the youngins beefing with him. It's all a mess, right? So the youngins, they not bagging down. You know what I'm saying? They like, fuck that. We gonna go to war. We gonna do whatever we gotta do. You know what I'm saying? So they going back and forth. Hood shit, you know? Well, it come to a point where Jay get tired of playing with him. So he ended up catching one of them in the hood, walking up to a store. He went and got the youngin, one of the youngins. They went back up to the store where they op basically was at in the hood on the mall. It was a clothing store that he went into. And Jay and the youngin went in that clothing store after him. All of this shit is on camera. So I'm not making up shit, you know, none of that. All this shit is on camera. I seen this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's on camera. You feel me? Well, they followed the nigga into the damn clothing store. They argued with him in the clothing store. You know what I'm saying? They came out the clothing store. Dude walked up the street. They jumped in the car. They following him up the street. At this time, Detroit was setting up these new camera systems. The Detroit police was setting up this new camera system they had going on called Green Light Project. Green Light Project means that they can see everything that's going on in that area. And it's a green light that be beeping. They put that green light on like all the major businesses in the neighborhoods. So if you on 7 Mile, you gonna see, especially at night, if you see that bunch of green lights lighting up, beep beep beep, that's what that shit is. That's that green light project they got going on. So it's basically the police cameras. You know, first it was the businesses cameras, shit like that. Well, the Detroit police got their own cameras set up in these neighborhoods now to catch people doing what the fuck they doing. So at that time, they was just setting up that Green Light Project shit. So Green Light Project caught all that shit on camera too. So I could talk about this because it's all on camera. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So they following dog up the street. It's all on camera. They arguing with him. They followed him about a half mile up the street, arguing with him. Through the car to him walking, arguing back and forth. Well, dog crossed the street on him. You know, I guess like disrespecting him, crossed the street on him. So Jay in the car with the youngin, he tell youngin go ahead and hop out and do him. So the youngin hop out, bah, do his ass right there, right in front of a alley. So you got a gas station right here, and then you got a Coney Island, and right behind the Coney Island was a little alleyway. The youngin smoked him right there. And this wasn't that long ago. You know what I'm saying? This was, like I said, 2017, 2018, something like that, you know. So dog smoked them, got back in the car, they pulled off. I literally was on my way to the hood. I probably was like 10 minutes away when it happened. This was broad daylight. You know what I'm saying? So when I had got to the hood, they was just setting up the yellow tape everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So I had to park my car like 4 or 5 blocks down the street. You know what I'm saying? So I went and parked my shit, and I hop out, and I'm running into people that's walking up because we all walking down the street towards the crime scene, trying to see what the fuck happened. You know, because everybody heard the gunshot, but didn't nobody know what the fuck happened. So I literally got over there right after the shit happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, soon after it happened. Like, I just missed the gunshots. That's how close I was behind being there. You know what I'm saying? So while we all walking up 7 Mile, you know, we all talking about, you know, somebody done got shot in the hood again, blah, 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 all of that. It's about 20 or 30 of us. You know what I'm saying? We all walking up the street. You know what I'm saying? And we all walking and talking. Well, when we get to where the actual crime scene was at, where the alley was at, we had to stand on the other side of the street. But we could see, you know, across the street, you know, by the alley, we could see it. It was broad daylight. You know what I'm saying? We seen the boy's body laying there in the alley. You know? The boy was 15 years old. You know what I'm saying? He was 15 years old, man. They killed the 15-year-old. And the guy that killed him was 18. And the guy that sent them off was, like I said, in his 30s. You know what I'm saying? So a 15-year-old came up dead for no reason. All over a hood that don't none of them own. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, they pull off. Boom, dead body there. The police on the scene. They picking the body up, putting them on the stretcher, throwing them in the car. I mean, in the ambulance. We seen all this shit. We seen them pick up his dead body and everything. This is why I'm speaking on this story. Because I don't speak on nothing that I don't know nothing about. You know what I'm saying? So I was there to see them picking his body up and all that shit. And I had got a scoop of the story. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm going to give y'all. Well, after they got his body and they left, not too long after, I'd say maybe a week or two later, they caught him, the big homie, Jay. How they catch him? Green Light Project, Project Green Light, whatever they call that shit. The damn police cameras read the license plate on the car. So when the camera read the plate on the car, because he got that plate reader shit on it, you know what I'm saying? So when it read the plate, it told them where the person lived, all this shit, you know what I'm saying? So the boys went over there, kicked in the door. Who house is it? It's his baby mama house. So he went and committed this crime with one of the little homies in his baby mama car. He used his baby mama car to get a nigga killed in. His baby mama car. This is how much love and respect he got for his own baby mama. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so what the baby mama do? She give him up instantly. That wasn't me, that was him. So the boys go get his ass. She told him where he was at, everything. Boys went and got him, locked his ass up. Okay. Now he locked up. What happened? The youngin get locked up too. So both of them in there locked up. What the fuck happened? You know what I'm saying? Fast forward the tape. Um, I think he got like 30 years. The other one, he had got like something like that, like 30 years to life, something like that. They both got like 30 years, basically life. Because even with time like that, when you go see the parole board, 30 years later and all of that shit, usually they don't give them people a parole. You know what I'm saying? Like, it only be a handful of people that do a lot of time like that and they get a parole. They usually try and keep those kind of people locked up for life. You know what I'm saying? But the judge just sentenced them to 30 years. Basically, like the judge saying, all right, I'm gonna give you a chance to parole. But of course, that's up to the parole board to parole you. The judge just giving you a chance to be paroled. So anyway, they gave them all their time. That's basically a life bit. You know what I'm saying? Both of them is doing life for so-called protecting a neighborhood that they will never see again. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I don't know the little homie, but he from my side. You know what I'm saying? So he one of my people too. Even though I don't know him, he's still one of my people. That's just how we is. We all family in my hood. You know what I'm saying? We don't got to be around each other or none of that. Everybody know what it is with us. So I basically lost one too. You know what I'm saying? And with Cool being the big homie, lost him too. You know what I'm saying? Even though I ain't fuck with him like that. But again, our hood, we family. You know what I'm saying? So I took two losses for nothing. You know what I'm saying? We all took losses behind it for nothing. And now here it is, it's Jay's birthday again. You know what I'm saying? And he been locked up ever since that shit happened. Him and the youngin. You know what I'm saying? The youngin just turned 18. So he spent his 18th birthday or 18th year in prison. You know what I'm saying? For something that ain't worth nothing. It's not your hood. You don't own it. You know what I'm saying? But these niggas get so tied up in that shit thinking that it's really theirs. And they gonna protect it. Like, it's nothing to protect, bro. It's these open streets. You know what I'm saying? These houses is open availability. You know, it's like you don't own nothing. But this is how the street guys think. They think that they own that hood and they gotta protect it. You know what I'm saying? So in order for them to protect their hood is anytime you come up in their shit claiming anything, they gotta get with you. And this was the story, of the big homie sending off the little homie. You know, if you really had a problem with that, you should have handled that your damn self. What is you involved in kids in this shit for? Even though this already about kids anyway. It's kids being kids. You was 15 at one point in time. You know how you was acting at that time. So why is you mad at these 15-year-olds now when you double their age? You know what I'm saying? You was there 15 plus years ago. So you know what they going through. Why is you even going up there with them like that? You was supposed to outgrown that generation 5, 6 times ago. You know what I'm saying? How is you in the mix of arguing with them, getting into it with them, and ready to lay one of them down? You know what I'm saying? And try and prove a point. How is you even involved with that? You know what I'm saying? So I don't care how it happened because, like I said, I see a lot of people, showing him love year after year, saying free him and all of that shit. You know, I don't respect it because he got a youngin involved in this shit. If he really felt like that about them youngins, he should have just took care of that by himself instead of involving somebody else. You know what I'm saying? That was real cowardice. You know what I'm saying? That was some coward shit to do. And it backfired on him. So the story I got was when they came and got him, he snitched on the youngin. I, again, I don't know how true this is, but the source that told me this is a reliable source from his side. Yeah. And she told me this to my face. You know what I'm saying? That dog snitched. She said Jay told on the youngin. You know what I'm saying? Now again, I don't know how true this is because I ain't going all of that about the case. I knew enough of what I heard and seen. That was enough for me. But when the source came and told me that, I really was like, yeah, dog got what he deserved, man. He been a snake ever since we was kids. You know what I'm saying? And then he turned around and do this, and he in his 30s. It ain't like he in his 20s, still learning. You in your 30s, bro. And you still on this? And you went and got one of the youngins to do it. Yeah. And it backfired on you. Because you want to do this in your baby mama car. So you dirty as hell for getting one of the youngins involved in some shit that you really wanted to be on, but you had a youngin do your work, and you do this in your baby mama car. So now you didn't got your baby mama car took, because her car is a part of a crime scene. This is being investigated. It had the murder weapon in it. The suspects was in the car. You know what I'm saying? All of that shit add up. So guess what? Your baby mama ain't gonna never get that car. It's over. They seizing that car. That car was involved in a murder. It's over. So you didn't got her car took. You didn't got your baby mama house towed up, because they tore her house up trying to find that gun. You know what I'm saying? They didn't question her, threaten her, all type of shit to get her to come off of you. Then when she did, they ran over there to go get your ass. So you caused all of this chaos and then turn around and tell on the youngin that you sent to do the shit. It was only right that it backfired on you. You know what I'm saying? Because if you could have wiggled your way out of it, you would have. And that's why you gave him up. You thought if you gave him up, you would get out of it. Nah. You set him up on the play. So you got to go down for that. Now, like I said, the story could have been something different. I don't know. I just got this from one of the reliable sources on their side. You know what I'm saying? I ain't heard nothing else different. So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, dog been a snake since we was kids. So I don't go against it at all. It could be true as hell. I wouldn't be surprised. He been a snake since we was kids. And that, again, everything is on camera. You know what I'm saying? So even if he didn't tell or whatever the case was, bro, you was walking in the store with the youngin. Y'all in there arguing with the op in the store. All that shit is on camera. Then y'all following him up the street. All that shit is on camera. So there's nothing you can deny about that. You know what I'm saying? And you in your 30s and you got an 18-year-old in the car with you following a 15-year-old. You know this boy ain't no older than 16, 17 years old. Why is you arguing with him? You the driver. So you navigating the whole play. So you sitting up there riding up arguing with this 15-year-old while you in your 30s. And you got the 18-year-old right next to you hanging out the window talking shit about your hood. Man, it is disgusting, man, that, that's how our people is, And he in there serving all of that time now. You know what I'm saying? And he needed that. He needed that. Cause he just a snake ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, I feel bad for the youngin, even though he the one that pulled the trigger and everything, but he peer pressured into this shit. I get it. I was a youngin at one point in time. I know how that shit go in the hood, especially in my hood. You know what I'm saying? So I know what he was going through, but at the same time, he had the choice to say no. You know what I'm saying? So he got to go down for what he did. It is what it is. But I feel more sympathy for him, because he young. He ain't reached his 20s. He ain't hit his 30s, nothing. You know what I'm saying? And he had to throw all that away for a quick ass decision off of somebody that didn't even want to put in the work themselves. He probably didn't even have that many problems or that much hate for them youngins like that. You know what I'm saying? But his big homie come pull up on him and say, "Hey, you want to earn this stripe? Come put this work in." You know what I'm saying? I know how that is. I was there. You know, but yeah, he want to earn that stripe. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he ain't necessarily getting it to harm anybody, but he want to earn his stripe. You know what I'm saying? And that's what he did. So they both got to go down for what they did. But Jay is a snake ass nigga, dog. And he need to do all that time he got. And I don't wish nothing on nobody, but it's some people that real life do need to be in prison. You know, you know how people would say, I don't wish prison on my worst enemy. You know what I'm saying? The truth is created for some people. You know what I'm saying? That's the truth of it. And I only can say this because I've been there. You know what I'm saying? That place is created for certain people. It really is. The messed up part is a lot of people that is not meant for it is gonna have to experience it at some point, you know, because everybody that do a crime got a time. You know what I'm saying? But the whole prison itself is created for a certain section of people. You know what I'm saying? It's created specifically for this section of people. But if you want to get in the mix, your ass can mix in there with them too. You know what I'm saying? But it's really created for a section of people. And you won't know nothing about it unless you go in there. You know what I'm saying? And that's where he at. He in there with them kind of guys. So I bet you it didn't tighten his ass up on being a snake and, trying to send people off and shit like that. Because now he just sitting with nothing to do. And the crazy thing is, he had it made. He didn't have to be involved in no shit. He was good. He was good. He just was being lame as hell, still trying to be on that hood shit. Everybody moved on, man. We ain't on that. And whoever he is left around that's still on that, let them do that. Why is you on that? We in our 30s, bro. I wasn't even 30 at that time. And I was still on my maturity like I was in my 30s. But he for sure was in his 30s. You know what I'm saying? And he still was on that teenage shit. Well, it cost him his life and his little homie life. So now he got to sit in that cell forever and think about how he ruined his life and his homie life. And he deserved it. Real shit. A lot of people ain't gonna admit that, but I will. He deserved it. It is what it is. You shouldn't have got that kid involved. So you need to think about that for the remainder of the time you're doing in prison. And if you do get out, you need to still remember that. You do get out, it's gonna be a long ass time from now. You know what I'm saying? But if you do, I hope parole whoop that ass too. You know what I'm saying? Like for real. That was petty and pointless. Now if you look at the hood dead. Ain't nothing going on over there. Ain't nobody claiming shit. Ain't nothing going on. So you just ruined the rest of your life for nothing. And got that little homie sent off while you was at it. You deserved it. It's been another live stream and roll up a pour up. So get your blunts rolled and your drink poured.